kind of one piece of the children's ebook concept and kind of a different branch of that. And we're probably hoping that those two branches are going to come together and we build some things in around that. So there's some very vertical things that are going to happen there, and you're probably going to see that as we move forward. The first thing I want to do is, ID our team. Lorraine Ball was absolutely instrumental in helping us get together all our marketing and a lot of our biz dev concepts. Lorraine had to leave, but Lorraine was absolutely critical to that. Travis Center, also not here with us anymore, but he was doing a lot of our biz dev research, identifying potential market pitfalls, opportunities, doing all that critical research for us. Chris Small over here, Chris from Wave, responsible for a lot of our application development, some of the interactivity that we're going to be trying to do, a little bit that we've got for you right now. And Dylan Vester helping us out with just web dev and getting that for us. Chris and Dylan, right? So yeah, that's our team. So the concept is this. Parents need a way to interact better with their kids. There's this constant question of how can I interact better with my kids? How can I get that quality time that my parents gave me? And how do I do that? Our aim is to create this engaging educational experience for parents and their kids. How do we do that? We're going to create an avenue for parents to create those stories that we saw earlier with the Pocket Tales concept, and allow a web avenue for them to do that, and then push that to a variety of different media outlets. And who are we going to do this for? So we want you to meet Jessica. She's really the very absolute typical of our target market. She's 39 years old. She's married. She's got 2 kids, 5 and 9. So they're still in that age where they're reading children's books or having children's books read to them. She's college educated, she's tech savvy, and household income, there's a bit of a demographic there that we're really thinking will be apt to go after this product. Obviously there's some range of that, but this is like the ideal. So what are we going to do for Jessica? And why do they need this service that we're providing? Well, there's a recognition that our customers are going to have. It says that I need to spend this quality time with my kids. I don't have time to do that. I'm working a 9 to 5 plus overtime to make ends meet. The economy's not doing great, so I'm doing what I can to keep my job. But I want to tell the stories to my kids, and I want to create that emotional tie with my kids that they're going to remember and tie on to what's going to be my grandkids. So that's the emotional response that we're trying to establish and espouse with the brand and everything that we do with that. That's kind of our big mission. And how are we going to do that? Well, getting into specifics, we're creating a website, PocketStorybook.com, which allows parents to create those short storybook applications in a variety of interactivities, so that they can either take their kids through that and read that to them, or they can provide that to their kids and that content either through an iPhone app, through an email, etc. And there's going to be a variety of different ways we can do that. The 3 that we've identified thus far are a basic email or download delivery, where they can flip through on their computer with a Flash application to do that. We'll get into a little bit of what that might look like in that concept here in a minute. You've already seen the capability of what that can do on an iPhone, so we're hoping that we can better establish that partnership and work with that as well. And the third part is the actual physical printout. Once you've been able to get online and create these custom books that you have a story that you get online, customize their name, and do all those personalization things, or create a story from the ground up. We actually are wanting to partner with short-run printers that are going to be able to get that to you and basically just ship it right to your door. So you've got a custom, personalized children's story that you can give to your kids and really establish that tie a lot better. This is our site. It's a little rough. It hasn't had all the design touches that Shout Now got. I want to really give a shout out to them. Their design crew is fantastic. But this is the main focus of our site, and the very main calls to action that we want to be able to allow people to do. Obviously, we're going to have basically a clearinghouse of those different user-generated content pieces that people can browse and then purchase the creation of the book itself, and we'll get into that, and the ability to manage that. One of the critical pieces of this site and the method by which it's going to go viral and really expand and explode is the ability for people to create those books and share them either publicly or privately, and perform basically a revenue sharing model by which self-publishers are able to get online on this avenue and create the methodology by which they get their books published and out to the world. So we'll get a little bit further into the site as we go along. Actually, I do have a bit of a demo. I got a story for you as how we kind of envision things happening. And Chris has been helping us get this in. Basically, you can see here some of the basic functionality of what we allow people to do. Obviously, all the media tie-ins and making things as seamless as possible hasn't happened yet, but that's on the horizon. But basically, this is some of the final product of what we allow people to do. And we just got a very basic lightbox option here that we're doing. And we're going to tell Lorraine's story of the Indie Startup Weekend. And, after a long week of tireless work, Lorraine was finally at Startup Weekend. She wondered what kind of brilliant ideas and exciting people she could meet. And after all the presentations had been made and all the ideas had been pitched, she had a group of charming young chaps talking about their children's ebook business. And after choosing to join these young men, she set off to her home to dream of angel investors and venture capitalists and return the next day. And she directed the remaining gents until the moment had arrived. And little did she know that the brilliant young group would end and the whole event would play out on a live internet feed. And what was one group is now two. And she would not let this turn of events stop her. She pushed out, leading the group in the inevitable Startup Weekend success that has been realized. And the weekend is now over, and it's time to present all these ideas to the mighty Startup Weekend audience.